I'm a factual disputer, by the way. So anything that is reporting that goes against the FCRA and the consumer's rights, that's what I attack in my dispute letters. I teach that. I do YouTube videos on it all the time. But when and that's how I get fast deletions. However, there's many times where I'm disputing and it's not coming off, and I know for a fact that this is a violation. I'm pointing it out, I'm showing it. Is that something that I would encourage my client to reach out to you about?
It sure is, yes. In a situation like that where you have spotted, I guess the top level thing, which you and I know already, but for the audience, the FCRA says that if a piece of information on the credit report is, it doesn't meet legal requirements, meaning basically it's inaccurate, it must either be corrected or the piece of information must be deleted. So that means the account needs to be removed if they can't verify it or it's inaccurate. So to your point, if something on there is inaccurate and they're not correcting it, then that could be the sort of thing that we need to look at, because this is inaccurate. If we can show in some way that it's harming the consumer, which usually you can, then it's something to potentially sue on. And it might mean suing the credit agencies or suing the creditor or suing both. So yes, in those situations, I have found the reason why these things don't get corrected is because in some situations the credit agencies or the creditors are not worried about getting sued, because as you know, relative to all the inaccuracies out there, they don't really get sued that often, right?
Right.
They don't get sued, but it's not that much compared to all the mistakes. So they might do a cost benefit and be like, well, we're not too likely to get sued. But if that's you and your client dealing with it, then of course you're like, well, this is unfair. We should be able to do something. And yeah, that's precisely the sort of situation where we would get involved. Correct.